Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Matt here, aka MattCat0410, and I know it has been a very long time since I have given you guys a video review, but I am back today with the almighty legendary Sennheiser HD25-1 II closed supraaural monitoring headphones. Now, the MSRP on these headphones on Sennheiser's website is $250 US. However, on Amazon, if you were to buy them brand new, you'll get them for about $200, and I actually got them for $150 used on Amazon. Now, what comes in the box is very simple. You get the headphones, and there are multiple different versions of this headphone you can order, and the only difference is the cable length. You can get some with a really long cable, some with a normal size cable like this one, some with a right angle connector, some with a straight plug, and so on and so forth. Now, in the box, obviously, you get the screw-on quarter-inch adapter, or 6.3 millimeters, which normally terminates into a 3.5 millimeter plug, or 1/8-inch adapter, excuse me. And you can see, to make room for the threads, that the plug is somewhat recessed, so it should fit into most protective cases on portable devices. But if your case is exceptionally large, then you might have some issues, but you shouldn't. Now, also, you receive Sennheiser's little handy-dandy carrying pouch, which is honestly pretty crappy. This pouch is not good at all. Honestly, it's this really crappy, like, plasticky vinyl. It doesn't protect the headphones at all. And when I take them out in public and I'm transporting them around, I usually just use my Shure SRH 840 leather bag as opposed to this one. But it does say Sennheiser. It does have this little name tag you can fill out, so I guess it's kind of cool, but pretty worthless as far as protecting your headphones is concerned. Also, this headphone comes with two types of pads, and just for the sake of this review, I have one pad of each type on the headphone currently. But as you can see here, let me fix this lighting really quick, guys. Sorry about that. There is this fake leather pleather material, which is what comes on the headphone and is what I see most people using in other video reviews and just pictures in general. But they come with this velvety velour ear pad, which is the extra that it comes with because it's not on the headphone out of the box. But I found it to be far more comfortable, and it is what I have on my headphones, and it is just way better. The leather one, I find it to get kind of itchy, really hot, whereas the velour one, I find it to maintain a rather more neutral temperature, and they're never itchy, and I find it to just be a little bit softer and more comfortable. So that's something worth noting. And it also comes with these two little extra foam things, which is what goes under the ear pad on top of the headphone capsule to protect the diaphragm and whatnot. So there's that. Now, getting on to the external, the size, the build quality, the comfort, these are fairly comfortable headphones. They do have a really high clamping force because they're so DJ oriented, but they stay on your head perfectly well, and because of the split headband design, they just don't move once you have them on your head, but they're still super comfortable. And the fake leather pleather headband pad up here is very comfortable, very nice, and comfort is a 10 out of 10. These are just fine, especially considering they're supraaural. They're just as comfortable as any other supraaural I've used. The materials, it's all plastic, except it is constructed with what seems to be a little bit of metal. You can see the screws right there. It's completely disassemblable. You can take all of this apart, and it is completely recableable. The cables here in the top end run all the way through the headband. You can see it goes into there, and it runs all the way through. You can see it. And you can take it all the way out and recable it, unscrew it here. And yeah, they do pull out of here, but I'm not going to do it because they're kind of hard to pull out. And but one interesting about these headphones is the cable does come into the right side, as you can see, so that's worth noting. But I mean, it's not that big of a deal. And to give you a size comparison, here is the Shure SRH 840, my trusty headphones that I use at home. Again, it's a circumaural versus a supraaural, so obviously the Sennheisers are going to be far smaller considering they're on-ear, but there's that. And then if you want another on-ear for comparison, here's the Bose OE2. Similar size, and these actually don't look very ridiculous on your head at all. You might think that these look kind of funky with their split headband design and these two little things popping out here, but they actually look pretty normal and create a pretty natural curve around the top of your head and look just fine. The looks aren't anything to be complimented, but they look fairly normal, plain Jane. They don't make you stick out in any weird way or whatever. They are adjustable up and down like this. And the left ear cup does swivel back and forth for DJs, although I don't see how a DJ would ever use this as opposed to just brushing the headphone back a little bit for one ear hearing, but whatever floats your boat if you're a DJ, I guess. Getting onto the sound quality, it is very balanced. The bass definitely has a prominence to it in these headphones, but it's emphasized only so slightly, and it's still really tight and punchy. The mid-range is the perfect level. If it was any more, I'd feel that it was emphasized. If it was any less, I would think it's recessed. It's perfect. It's very neutral, right where it should be. The trebles can get kind of edgy, kind of peaky, and somewhat fatiguing if you're listening to these headphones at a really high volume, but if you're listening to these headphones at any sort of a normal, reasonable volume, you'll never get fatigued by any percussive crashes. No cymbals will ever become piercing as long as you listen to these at a fairly normal volume. If you really start to crank up the volume, then you might get a little fatigued by the somewhat peakiness that these headphones possess in the treble range. Soundstage is probably the biggest downfall of these headphones. I find that it does sound fairly muffled. I wish it was just a little bit broader, a little bit wider. But all in all, it's not terrible. It's not too big of a disappointment. I think I was just expecting a little bit more out of Sennheiser and the legendary reputation of these headphones. Imaging, however, is just fine. It's rather good. I never found that there was anything in a song that I was used to hearing on any other headphone that I wasn't hearing in this headphone. I found that they did display all aspects of a track fairly well. They definitely never muffled together, or I shouldn't say muffled together, but they never mushed together any instruments, and I found instrument separation and imaging to be just fine in these headphones. So overall, sound, I'll give them a 9 out of 10. Not a perfect 10 out of 10 just because I feel like the soundstage wasn't quite there, but it was still pretty darn good. Overall, I found the sound quality of these headphones to just be really balanced and really nice, with a nice, yummy prominence to the bass that isn't overpowering, but it'll give you that oomph in any sort of hip-hop song, any sort of dubstep track. It'll give you plenty of bass. So all in all, I think these headphones are fantastic, especially for mobile use. They stay put on your head. They're fairly small and compact. Again, they're on-ear. Oh, and something I neglected to mention is isolation. These headphones isolate noise like crazy compared to other on-ear headphones. I thought that the Bose OE2 did a fantastic job of isolating, but these just blow it out of the water. And contrary to the Bose OE2, these don't leak very much, considering that they're an on-ear headphone. They don't leak any more than any other on-ear headphone I've ever heard. And I never find that people are telling me, oh, I can hear your music. Dude, you gotta turn that down. They don't really leak. So yeah, overall, great mobile headphone, great product from Sennheiser. I can totally see why it's the most popular DJ headphone in the world. Great build quality. I mean, I don't know what else you can want from these headphones, honestly. The only smallest complaint I have is the soundstage. So yeah, this has been Matt here, aka MattCat0410, with the Sennheiser HD25-1 Mark II. And again, retails for $250. You can get it for $200 at Amazon. And I will catch you guys later.